Everybody quiet down. Yo, Siah, kick that story, man. You know which one, man.
Oh, no doubt. Well, it was another day in the summer. Aid was the bummer. Laying in the shade under the boardwalk. Board store.
You know that.
And Siah never hawk. 365. Lamping in New York. Never pork for lunch. Strictly crunch or munch. Plus knishes. Washed down with punch. Not pouting. Spouting rhymes from out the snout. And counting the hours. I believe that we're leaving on a journey. Cause my soul burns me. That goes from and so we be foolishly missioning, put the key in its position, and we boat from the harbor, passing all the people fishing. And Poe had the vision, listening to the rhythm of the tides as we pass the Great Divide.
I side, why ride with no idea where? Sit your hot hair, there's no purpose on this ocean but to compare flow, maybe motion, overdosed in queer notion, almost a magic potion that I drunk to thunk, or maybe think about the brink of
the sea,
brother, that we hover over.
Damn, it's like we caught a two-leaf clover.
Soon the sun shows a speck that I'm supposed to be a vessel coming closer, recognizing by the odor of the pipe smoke approach like I choke. The smoker's appearing here like he hadn't seen a peer in a year. Siah, should we steer towards him?
Yeah, let's board them with the swords and the scabbards and the daggers and the belt though.
Ahoy, my mellow, my man.
Might you have a problem? Could we lend you a hand? I felt that he was needing help. His hands were bleeding, looking like he caught a beating from beneath the deep blue. He insisted on assistance to catch a fish that was resisting its arrest.
I told him rest.
And he proceeded to free a few flows as bait to feed this great flounder. Surround sounds down to make him deflate. And what do you know?
Check it, yo.
When the poED spit it, the fish done did it. Jumped up and bit it. So hooked he closed his notebook, and though the boat shook, we both took the older man upon the shoulders. And
he told us that he got a map of the world that he'd exchange for the fish. So we gave him his wish and got a 6-pack to kick back upon the high seat. Siah sipping high seat, now we're feeling nicely. In a snap, analyzed the map, and soon found we was northeast bound for sure. So I took my can to go, planted toes in the sand, and lent a hand to my bro.
See, I was tipsy, cause I sipped the fruit punch, spewed lunch, it was too much to keep. Then peeped a cadaver afloat by the boat. Seen something in his hand, that looks like a note.
An open bottle in his right. I wonder what he might have wrote.
Yo, you mean written, E?
Oh, what's the difference? Check the note.
Are you kidding me? Come on, man.
Just check the note.
I'm not touching. And I quote, my time runs short, for late to come was my retort. Consumed by a plague, to my life full of bored. To think, I thought that I wouldn't get caught. I was thinking a thought, that was thought for naught.
Yo, the letter didn't make the situation better. We was getting wetter, plus the breeze made us getter. Moving to the trees towards an unknown goal. Siah with his high C, I mean my can of old gold.
Yo, we can't go back now, though. Gotta see this through then, you know. Instead of going through a chorus, we entered in this forest. Me trying my hardest not to let my teeth chatter, but the fact of the matter was that I was kinda nervous. Didn't have my rhyme rope ladder at my service.
No escaping.
This here place we were facing, the sounds of cats chasing made us feel like rats, racing towards traps, plus back steady gazing. Gnats on my back, I was ready to be swayed.
Yo, we were trailblazing through the woods, inhabited by rabbits.
Had you seen that?
I tried to grab it, but it wasn't having it, so we jetted after it through nature's labyrinth.
But see, the rabbit was quick. It took a year off my kicks and the S off my chest. Felt I needed a rest.
Hey yo, Aya, why you stopping in that spot in the shade? Forget the S, unless we trap him up in the glade up ahead.
I said, poet, go ahead, distract him. I'll circle around to the back and then attack.
I bet I got set, not prepared to snare the hair.
Me, I'm set to not let him escape from my view.
Up through the trees I creep and make him leap towards the
Yo,
snare.
I see the Poe on the go and the rabbit coming to. At which point we switched the joint up. Wrestling for my S, said nestling in this nest, but I wasn't feeling it.
Hey yo, kid, that's the joint.
Nah, it's not really on point, but peep this.
Yeah. We can keep this.
To freak this next beat correctly, I check, see if my specs be placed properly. This rabbit's hopping on top of me, my ass like rabbit. Siah's once again official, nobody stopping me. But then the rabbit gave a whistle. All of a sudden, the thistle came alive with eyes about 1,000 surrounded. Felt my heart pounding, the Poe started drowning in fear. Leaving beads of sweat to wet the ground, reassured them with the pound and the ear.
Siah, try and see we're encircled entirely, not even leaving 1 degree to slide through. We need to try to make a move before the eyes do. We gotta rhyme our way out. Whatever happens, I'm beside you to the end.
No doubt. doubt, it's all about breaking out of this mess. And if I need to bless the beast, may they rest in peace.
Right then the conversation ceased,
Confrontation commenced.
contemplation decreased.
Now check the turn of events. We stood tense, awaiting motion from the woods. Then 1,000 eyes became a mass of cloaks and hoods.
I felt the life of the cipher, but this, yo, time with the twist, sense in the sense. I'm on the fence, I knew a miss meant death. Rhyming to save our breath was the only path left to take, so we took. Siah pulled out his book full of remedies, an arsenal capable of cutting many extremities, letting these beasts know when he released flow, them foes be easily defeated. So sobbing, spitting writtens, none surviving. The shit was hitting. He asked a few to dive in his mind. They drowned, looked around and found a scimitar on some next page and got down. Splitting crown, back to back attack on these clown half-breeds. In fact, he didn't even ask me to jump in. Must have been something he drunk, I thought. Siah flying heads like some ill asphalt, minus the asphalt or the towels. All I saw was all the vowels and consonants. Consequently, he disemboweled creatures like white owls. Took out about a half dozen with the scowl. Declared a path, cousin, yo, now let's be jetty. And the Medi with this freestyle, and then we ready.
I seen a smile on the post face, but I'm leaving no trace. Breathing at a fast pace after this battle in the glade. I couldn't bring forth laughter, yo, we gotta move faster past this spot. Blessed to be me in DC in defeat and not the very blend of this next beat.
The text reads that we found a way out of the forest, not knowing about the obstacle that soon loomed before us. We found the route out in a roundabout manner. The scan of the horizon showed us just what was the matter.
The matter was a mountain sprouting from the ground made of granite, jutting out this nearly round planet. Cutting clearly through my view when it was too high like Everest. Thought we would never rest, but nevertheless.
We were too clever to stress, felt fresh, sublime, and after all, yo, I've been climbing since I first started rhyming.
Yeah, I recall.
Shin shining,
Like sun.
tight fun, but no time to stall.
As we ascend the rock, we pass a flock at the gate, waiting for the same hand that will command our fate. From the sand straight to the land that awaits over yonder. Walking with the bow, I start to ponder over climbing this. Siah Yeshua, the tireless, wander cause the fire sits, rocking in the soul, dropping in the cold. It is the way we take control. Started with a stroll and soon expanded to a scroll, holding it, but the plot becomes too thick to think.
So we let instinct take its course. Of course, it's not a force to be reckoned with, and in a second, it's leading us up to the source that is beckoning, summoned to the summit. Yo, be careful not to plummet like the rain that just began.
Yeah, true, I understand you, but can you see us reaching this peak before the end of the week? I mean, it's getting kinda steep and I feel I'm leaving the beat.
Why you doubting? We're too far for that. Besides, the top of the mountain lies at the end of the track.
Finally, we made it up. Once again, I'm laying in the cut like bacteria. Not staying in the rut, steering clear of this doubt that's weighing in the gut. Right about then, the boat decided he would go and scout.
Out the area of this mountain top, the rain stopped for a hot minute, then dropped back in it. But now, pouring, plus the thunder made me wonder what now.
Soaring through the sky, I noticed the flock of birds looking terrified. Eyes never lie, and there's verified my observation. In the distant sky, I seen a figure and I figured he was chasing.
Coming closer, the figure bigger than my imagination. Disturbed, he spotted us and just as quick released the birds from a forced migration. Didn't look like he was up for any cohabitation. Came down and we were stuck.
Petrified, I'd never seen a beast like this. He had wings made of leather and some feathers on his wrist. Our nemesis, commanding powers unspeakable. I reminisce back to the forest and the creatures who confronted us. I wondered what was the connection.
But no time for reflection. He walked in our direction like a thing possessed. I seen him holding in his hand somebody's cassette, and he didn't look impressed. He said,
I heard you change it and like it cause you complicate. In fact, I hate all those that elevate. You made it this far, but don't celebrate, cause your lives I decided to confiscate.
before I could ask exactly what track aggravated matters, he crushed the tape and rushed straight at us at a rate that made our hearts race, but we stayed in place to face this waste of life. That's who stopped, hit it with a
right at you, you can't stop this flight. I strike it open like the night to leave your whole cipher blown like the last one.
He tried to blast the river to no effect.
So Ed stepped past me and then hit him with
That's
a
better than you burn, permanent like a bad one. Your turn to combust must cause concern.
But the beast just laughed and extinguished a thought, cut his retort in half. I was sorta distraught seeing this beast in my path, felt we had to release him next.
I knew we wouldn't expect it if we co-connected on a single perspective. So we collected thoughts and ejected. I cannot
comprehend why you would
try to defend skies
from those qualified to bend mine.
set lines straight, flying through the wind.
Those inside the urban only
Words make things
grow between the cracks of the concrete mind and
tracks, make them rap and stomp.
but you find rhymes
Too complex to let me rise
high above the timeline. That was the time I'm seizing the prize. We took cover, knowing that we hit the mark. Discovered another level, and this brother got ripped apart.
He gripped his heart and fell down to the ground. Then smoke started coming out his eyes, and soon we found a cloud surrounding him.
But I didn't go near for fear that he was still alive.
Even though I couldn't hear what was happening
When
inside,
it started to clear, I figured that he had died.
but when the smoke disappeared,
He and I, we were surprised, for in front of our eyes there lay a child, kicking and screaming, acting wild, and
I decided it was safe to pick him up. So we did quick enough, and then the baby stopped crying. Yo, you think that we should take him back with us?
discussing this when the baby tapped Ed on the shoulder and attracted our attention with the finger signaling something that we couldn't combat. He pointed over
My back, I turned around and dropped my jaw. So I also looked amazed from the sight that he saw.
This kid found what we didn't even know we were looking for.
After this journey, it seemed nothing was sure.
But when the kid noticed it, he proved his new friends wrong.